Hey virtual golfers, welcome to part 2 of this series, The Making of a Course Trailer. In part 1, we discussed how to use a storyline to build up your 60 to 90 second video. We've done some filming in the Course Designer, and I've showed you how I changed the music, shortened the song to fit that 60 to 90 second time frame in such a way that it's still natural. Now we're gonna dive into the editing part a little deeper. We're going to go back into the Course Designer and film some more shots as we go along. We're going to think about that storyline. What's the story in Matt Av's new course? We're going to look at how we can use contrast and lighting to make the course look even prettier. And we're going to add some more cinematic effects later on. And after all that is done, we're going to look at the final product. Alright, so the opening sequence that you can see right here, I edited a little of it already. We have several different shots of the course that are kind of showing you a little bit of what's coming, but not the entire thing yet. And we're all building up to this shot, where we have this overview of the course, where the title frame is going to be. Now, I am going to change a little bit of this because I still don't like how those trees in the foreground are rendering. So we're going to add some video effects later on to change that and to kind of obscure that ugly little glitchy thing. And in order to do that, I have added a letterbox effect. So we get this really nice cinematic widescreen look, which is cool for each shot in this video, but is especially handy to obscure those trees in the front that are rendering in an ugly way. And as you can see, it looks cool in the other shots as well. You see how those trees, they're still visible, but the eye is more drawn to the course itself. We could even change this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I might actually move that a little bit up or downwards so you see even less of those trees. Here, that's even better. All right, cool. Now to add to that cinematic effect, I have changed the standard lighting of the course in the game, which is a little bit flat somehow. It's a little bland. I'm changing that, and you can see those two boxes are unchecked right now. I have actually already set a basic correction, which is 0.5 extra exposure and even more extra exposure for the shadows. And that is all to make sure that the darker areas of the frame aren't blackening out when later on I add a creative filter. So you can see the difference. And here's that creative filter that I'm talking about. This is you can see how that actually darkens the dark areas again. It's a Fuji film filter, and it makes a huge difference. It makes it look even more like film than it already did with that widescreen. So the whole frame is affected by this, and I've actually added it to the other shots already, but I wanted to show you the difference here. So I choose a filter that fits the course. For some courses, different filters work better. Some might be too dark, some might be too light. But this one, the Fuji one, worked really well with this course. Also made the mountains look prettier, I think. So now we have the opening sequence. They're all shots that show you a bit of the course, but not too much. And as I said, we build up to that moment where we get the overview. This is going to be the title screen later on, but I'll add that later. Now remember how I talked about telling a story for a course video like this? putting different shots of a course behind each other and adding some music doesn't automatically tell a story. You need to build it up in a certain way. You need to grasp what's special about the specific design or about the designer that has made the course. And to demonstrate that, I want to show you a video that I did for Arctic Fury, who is all about the surroundings. He creates 18 little beautiful worlds. And for this video, I tried to grab that and put together a video that tells that particular story. So here you can see how I lay the emphasis on the surroundings, the rock work that he's done, the waterfalls, the mountains in the background, the whole picture. That's what it's about on his courses. You can see the rock wall in the background here. I try to show those elements, and by doing that in a certain order, you tell the story of this design or this designer. You'll also find how, even though there's not a lot of rhythm in this music per se, the edit of the different shots is still dictated by how the music evolves. And now it starts to build up to this climax. And that's obviously the point where we show a wider frame from higher up. And the final shot with the mountains in the background. And there you go. There's another course trailer. Now, the music is different, the shots are different, but the basic concept is the same. What do we tell in this video? So, Matt F. is known for bunker sculpting. We're going to show bunkers. Matt F. is known for laying the emphasis on the golf hole itself. We're going to lay emphasis on that. We're going to lay emphasis on playing golf on this course. So we are going to show the pretty pictures and all that, but when the music is going to build up to this climax, we're actually going to go and hit a golf shot and show that in video. So let's listen to the music and see where it actually builds up. We've made that transition in the last video, and now the music is building up and building up and building up to the point where the beat kicks in. And that's that climax moment that we're going to build up to and then show somebody playing golf. So up until that point in the video, we need to fill it with some more shots. After the overview, we have the clubhouse that plays a role. So we get that revealing shot of the clubhouse and obviously that nice looking bridge over the valley. But I actually think we need to get a little more. So we're jumping back into the game and we're gonna find another nice looking shot too. That might be that we just saw the clubhouse, so we're not gonna do that. This is a nice looking hole. We're gonna use this one. So I create another one of those zoomed in shots, slow moving camera. That's gonna work really well in this sequence. There we go. That's a nice looking shot. We can use that. Let's put it in Premiere Pro and add it to the timeline. All right, that looks cool. So now we're gonna go back into the game and we're gonna create that little sequence where our golfer hits his golf shot. We have galleries left and right, creating a nice zoomed in shot with a shallow depth of field, so we really capture the hole in one big shot. Now let's put it back in Premiere Pro. Need to change it a little bit. All right, and we actually need to add a golf swing sound because the one that comes from the game is not loud enough to go over that music. So once that sounds good, I will let you hear how it sounds later on when we look at the whole sequence. I'm just kind of skipping through this quickly because it's time consuming to get this to look right. We're looking for different camera angles. This one of the ball landing is nice, so we're capturing that. And then we're actually going to take another look at this, maybe another camera angle. No, that's not it. So we're looking for different types of following shots that capture the ball and the hole at once. This might work, I'm not really sure about that. So let's instead grab a nice shot of the golfer from a different angle, looking at his ball, just finished his swing. Let's record this. Slow camera movement is what we're going for. There we go. That's the one. This will work nicely. So we have 4 different shots, of which we're going to use 3 in the end. That compiled will create this little scene of the first tee shot. A very good one, because I turned off swing timing. All right, let's take a look at how this turned out. All right, so now I'm happy with that. Let's go with that. From here on, we built up to this climax moment, and from here on, we're gonna slowly ease out of the video. So we're gonna jump back into the designer and grab some great shots of golf holes and some nice views. We're looking at a par 3 here. That looks nice, but this shot didn't work for me because there was too much empty space on the left. So we're actually going to look at both greens from here. Have those trees reveal both greens again. Just like that. That's the one. And we'll pull it back into Premiere Pro and put it in. And then we need another one. Change it a little bit, make some adjustments so the horizon is visible. I always work with the rule of thirds unless I want to go for something really special. So the rule of thirds basically says that on 1/3 or 2/3 of the top of the screen, or the left or the right, that's where your horizon or your main topic, your main subject goes. And I'm looking at another shot from the top. Kind of like these shots, especially when there's trees in the middle. So those 2 greens with the tree line in the middle, that looks good. We'll put that in. And then for the final shot of the video, we are looking for something that is a little bit more zoomed in and a little bit more or less secluded from the rest. And because bunkering is such a big thing on Matt F's courses, I'm going to look for a shot that shows a flag. I like to have this close-up of a flag, but also something in the background that's interesting. And here's how you see how much the background actually makes or breaks your shot. We have some nice bunkers in the background. We have the flag as our main subject, but the whole thing kind of works together. This is a nice shot to finish the video with, so we'll edit that in. There we go. Video filter. There we go. That's the last shot. Shorten it. And now all we need to do is add the 2K23 logo and create a title screen, and then we have our final product. that's it for part 2 and for this little video series. I can imagine you still have questions after this, so please comment if you want to know anything more than I've told you or shown you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.